Hello there the internet, hope that you're all well. Tough Monkey here with another product review, this time for a couple of LawnMaster Cordless garden products. Now, we are fortunate enough to have quite a large rear garden, and the front garden is much the same, but that also does mean that we have a lot of lawn and a lot of hedgerows that need cutting. That's about 250 square metres of grass and about 60 linear metres of the hedge you can see in this picture. Now, when I say grass, it is really quite tatty. It's more moss than anything else. There's a lot of overhanging trees, so there's a lot of debris that comes down to it. Plus, we also have one of these. This isn't a lawn to play crown green bowls on. This is a playground for our dog, Storm. And she will spend literally hours running around the garden, chasing balls, chasing frisbees. So we don't really have a great deal of grass left to mow, but it still needs mowing. And this is what we've been using for the last 10 years, our Bosch Rotak. We bought it in 2012 and it's been absolutely flawless, which is perhaps more than could be said for my wife's ability to mow in a straight line. For the viewers at home, this is what TC thinks is a straight line. But sadly, nothing lasts forever, and earlier this year, the Bosch died. The motor just packed up on it. So, we had to go shopping. And when you search for a cordless lawnmower, oh my, there's a lot to choose from. And I am not kidding, I spent at least 2 weeks scouring the internet, looking at the reviews on Amazon, looking at reviews on Argos and wherever to try and find the perfect lawnmower for us. I wanted a cordless lawnmower. It offers so much more versatility. And after 2 weeks, it came down to this Murray lawnmower, which had the larger amp hour battery but lower voltage, or the LawnMaster, which had higher voltage but lower amp hours. Now, what actually sealed the deal for me with the LawnMaster was it actually has a rear roller on it. The Bosch Rotak we had a rear roller on it, and it was wonderful having it. When the grass was long enough to actually make a difference, it was lovely to see it. Plus, it also gave you the indication of where you'd actually mowed. It was quite useful to have, so that was what swung it for me in the end. We went for the LawnMaster. I actually ordered it straight from the manufacturer's website, cleva.com. They had a better deal on at the time, but what did you get in the box? You get your lawnmower, you get your grass box, you get some handle poles extensions, you get the instructions, you get the quick release handle fittings, you get 4 24-volt 4 amp hour batteries, which are great, and you also get 2 high-speed battery chargers. What that means is that you have 2 batteries in the lawnmower at any one time, and the other 2 are in the chargers, and it effectively gives you continuous lawn mowing. They really are really good. There's also a mulching adapter which you fit to the lawnmower so that the grass cuttings disperse across your lawn rather than into the grass collection box. Assembly should only take you a couple of minutes. You could perhaps do with an extra set of hands while you're putting the handles together. The orange quick release levers, they're a bit of a faff. I wasn't too impressed with those, and what I've actually done is I've replaced them with the quick release handles that I had on the Bosch Rotak. They're a far better design, as you'll see from this short clip here. It allows you to just flick them out in a single motion. Far quicker than unscrewing the orange tabs like you got at the bottom of the lawnmower there, and fold the handle away. It takes a couple of seconds and it's a far better design. This is a good design though. The height adjustment, it's literally a one-hand job. I'll just put my foot behind it to stop the lawnmower rolling away, but it's as simple as that. It really is good. That's one of the best mechanisms of that type I've tried. Taking that and installing the battery is as simple as that. It's really straightforward. There's a little key down at the bottom there that you need to insert before the lawnmower becomes active. That's just a little bit fiddly to get into, but it's not too bad. One thing I did criticise was that when the handle is folded, so it's in store away mode, you can't actually open the battery release lid, which is perhaps a little bit of an oversight. You need to lift the handle out of the way first. This is very good though. If you press this button here beside the power button, you get an indication of what the battery level's like. I thought that was really good. Weight of it, I mean, I'm no weightlifter, and that's with the batteries fitted. That's pretty light. I was really impressed with that. And this is a reenactment as if you just brought it out of the garage. How quick it takes to get yourself up and running. You fold out the handles, insert the grass collection box, put the 2 batteries in place, which is very quick and straightforward. Locate the key, press the button on the side, and then pull the handle, and away you go. It's as simple as that. It takes no time at all. And in operation, the lawnmower is just a joy to use. It doesn't feel quite as premium or well built maybe as the Bosch, but I'll forgive it for that. It's so nice to use. It's lightweight, easy to maneuver. The battery seems extremely competent. The motor on the lawnmower adjusts to the load that you're subjecting it to. So if you've got a low bit of grass, then it reduces the power output. But when you've got a thick, dense bit of grass, it increases the power. You hear the motor change. The grass collection box, because it's designed to store away, it's a semi-rigid design, which it's a bit hit and miss. It's not quite as good as the Bosch's, but it's competent and it works okay. But overall, I have been massively impressed by this LawnMaster lawnmower. It's been great. We've had it now for 2 months, so we've had... I've probably mowed the lawn 4 or 5 times in that time. I've not needed to mow the lawn for the last couple of weeks while we've had this dry period. But it's been massively competent. I've only needed to charge the batteries up once or twice, and it has no problem whatsoever doing the entire 250 square metres of our lawns, and it'll do that at least twice before needing a recharge. It's been fantastic. I've got no hesitation recommending it. Really good. Anyway, would you believe, mere weeks after buying the new lawnmower, our hedge cutter died. Another Bosch. We'd only had it 4 years and I barely used it, so... back onto Amazon I was for looking at reviews for cordless hedge trimmers. Now, the cordless hedge trimmer by LawnMaster, the reviews aren't actually that good when you look at it at face value. But given that I've been so impressed with the lawnmower, I thought, what the heck, I'm going to give it a try. And what further sold me on the idea was the fact that while this hedge trimmer only comes with a 2 amp hour battery, it's compatible with the 24 volt 4 amp hour batteries you get with the lawnmower. So I went ahead and bought it. You get your hedge cutter, you get some instructions, you get the single 2 amp hour battery, and you get a slower charger than you do with a lawnmower. So one single battery charger. But as I say, the selling point for this, and this is what my entire review is based on, it uses the same battery system as you get in the lawnmower. If you want to. If you have the lawnmower, use these 4 amp hour batteries because it increases the capacity and the running time of the hedge cutter immeasurably. And there are the 2 batteries side by side, the 2 amp hour battery from the hedge cutter and the strimmer on the left, and the 4 amp hour battery from the lawnmower on the right. And I mentioned the hedge trimmer there because there is a hedge trimmer available from LawnMaster. I've not bought it yet because I already have a competent enough cordless grass trimmer, but as soon as that even hiccups, I'm going to buy this LawnMaster version because it's compatible with the 4 amp hour battery pack. This is the hedge trimmer. You've got the sheath for it to protect the blade. This is me inserting the 4 amp hour battery. There's 2 buttons you have to press and off it goes. It's as straightforward as that. Put the sheath back on, take the battery off, and it's ready to be stored back up again. It is so straightforward to use. It's lightweight and it is very, very competent. This was me earlier on in the year when I came to cut the hedge for the first time, and you can see what a job it is. It's an undertaking, and I wasn't too sure if the blade length on this hedge trim will be okay, but there you go. 2 or 3 hours of work, and look at it, spot on, as good as, if not better than the Bosch ever did, and it did all of that on a single charge of the 4 amp hour battery. You can press the button on the battery. This was about halfway through, and you can see I've got about half charge on the battery left. But yeah, it actually did the entirety of this hedge, both sides of the garden, on a single charge, and I was massively impressed with that. As I say though, this review is based on me using the 4 amp hour battery that you get with the lawnmower. The 2 amp hour battery isn't going to be quite as competent. And this is why I've done this review with both products rather than individually. It's based on using the LawnMaster ecosystem. Together they are wonderful. And yeah, I can't recommend it enough. So there you go, the LawnMaster Cordless Lawnmower and the LawnMaster Cordless Hedge Trimmer. Spot on. See you next time.